welcome to another episode of the Plant-Based Jan Adventure Series. It's easy to eat healthy at home. I'm here to show you it can be done on the road too. Today's question, can you do a road trip from Miami to Key West in one day with your family? It's an adventure. I'll tell you all about it. Key West. It's the place everyone has heard of. It's the world-famous Personality Plus small town with several twists. Several twists of tart key lime, lively Duvall Street, pastel conch houses, the homes of artists and writers like Ernest Hemingway. And the location, it's a tropical climate on the Gulf Stream surrounded by ocean and breezes from all sides and an average temperature of 79 degrees. That's right, 79 degrees average. It's more than just pretty cool, it's paradise. It's Key West. This video answers the question, can you round trip it from Miami to Key West in a day? The very short answer is, of course you can. It's a long day. It's around 165 miles one way, depending on where you are in Miami, and that's just under 4 hours one way. That's why I use the term long day. It's at least 8 hours on the road, and that's with no major traffic problems and a very low time budget for sightseeing along the way. We've got a 22-minute slowdown here. We're following Patty the plumber. The long answer is it worth it? Stay tuned and find out. I'll provide more details and you'll have your own answer. We're adding one more ingredient to this whole idea of doing the round trip from Miami to Key West in under a day. We're adding the whole family. Key West or bust. Rule number one, we must get an early start. So it's 8 a.m. sharp and the entire family is reporting to the bus, which is actually a Ford Transit van. There's my sister behind me. Hey, we're loading the bus.
Good morning. Good morning.
There's Uncle Ray. It's 8:13 now. We've got half the crew in. It's like herding turtles. It's 158 miles to Key West from right here. We are in Duvall, Florida. So this says that it's going to take 3 hours, 49 minutes to get there. And we are just starting our journey. The first leg of the journey, we have hit Homestead, Florida, and that is on Highway 1. Homestead is a gateway to a couple of places. If you head to the east about 9 miles, you are in Biscayne National Park. Biscayne is a park that is 95% underwater, so to experience it, you're going to get wet and get your gear on. To the west are the Everglades and 10,000 islands. Also to the west, a lot of alligators. That's another video. Do you guys just want to call it a day in Homestead? What do you think? Key West or bust?
Key West or bust?
Okay, I think we're doing a little vote along the way. In any of the keys, we can either call it a day or we can continue to Key West. I think we're going to Key West so far, but it is only 9 o'clock in the morning. We're making good time. We just passed the Last Chance Saloon in Homestead, South Homestead, and that's the point at which we cannot get off of this road for quite a while until we get down to the Keys. There's not going to be any options. You'll notice a couple of things. There's a tall barbed wire chain link fence, and that is to keep the critters out from crossing the road. Before these fences existed, there was a lot of roadkill according to some of the locals. So there's all kinds of things like alligators and the little critters. You also notice these huge power poles. They're made out of probably cement, and they withstand hurricanes. We are almost 2 hours in, and we are approaching the first key, KeyLargo. We are going to go check out a really cool little resort down here. It gives you a good flavor of the first part of the Keys. Okay, live music. Rule number 2, we don't have much time for sightseeing. We have very little time for stops. No dawdling. What do you think, Min?
We definitely need to stop here.
Out in the distance, you'll see a lot of boats, like kind of some beaters and stuff. You see a lot of that in the Keys where, I don't know what the term is, but they boondock, which is basically just saying that they anchor and stay for free. It's pretty much just legal in the state of Florida. You can boondock, buy a $40 million mansion, whatever you want to do. You notice on a lot of these resorts they rake instead of vacuum. It's kind of like that zen feel. A shot of the boondockers. Love it. Crocodiles are in the brackish water, salt water. Got a sign here. The nice manicured white sand, boondockers out there, some boats, beautiful water. It's pretty warm. You're kidding me. We're the last on the bus. This never happens.
This never happens.
The bus is loaded. Getting on. Look, we were the last ones on the bus.
Hi, Jan.
What's that thing called about turtles? Herding.
Oh, like a herd of turtles.
Yeah, herds of turtles. Next up is the actual little town of KeyLargo. The benefits of doing a round trip Miami to Key West in a day, I'll give you my top 3 reasons. Reason number 3, you're going to enter a different world. It's a completely different Florida. If you're in Miami, you're in a busy, glitzy, cosmopolitan, large city, and the Keys are pretty much the opposite. It's rural Florida. It's slower, less polished, you have smaller businesses, you have slower paces, and you'll run into wildlife, part of rural areas. You'll find deer. You need to slow down for all the deer in Pine Key, and you'll see chickens strutting their stuff in parking lots and side roads. So you're going from busy, glitzy, huge city to rural, old Florida. Reason number 2, your road trip includes one of the most unique, rare, and beautiful drives in the United States of America. You'll cruise the Overseas Highway, you'll go over 7 Mile Bridge, you'll take in all the blues, the azures, the turquoise colors of both the Gulf of Mexico and the Pacific Ocean. It's a road trip that's a memory for the lifetime photo album. Making good time. It's 10:55 and we're in Islamorada Key. So this is a marina, Isla Marina. It's a waterway. got to do a quick stop at the Kon-Tiki Hotel. This is where we stayed when I did a video about manatees a couple years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
Plant-based Jan reporting live with the manatees here. Trying not to lose my mind. I'm sticking my phone way out there. Let's see if his little face comes up. I wonder if this is a couple, do you think? Quite large. It was right out at this dock that the manatees were floating around a couple years ago. They're not here right now, but I just wanted to come back because I just love them. I could stay here all day and watch those. Little shot before we go. Get back on the bus. We're all headed to Key West. It's 11:48 and we're in Marathon. We've got 48 miles to go to Key West. The water's starting to get warmer and we're coming up on the long bridge. So technically we have the Gulf of Mexico on the right side and we have the Atlantic Ocean on the left side. It's not that simple or clear cut, but that's basically the concept here. Reason number one, you already know this. You'll be in Key West, the one and only, the small tropical artsy partying small town that millions of people have on their bucket list. You're there. Little gas stop. And one thing about traveling with a group is there are no rest areas along the way to Key West. There aren't typical areas to stop. So we downloaded a couple apps. We'll see how they work. One's called Flush, the Flush app. So it shows you all the different restrooms. I think we're going to go ahead and hit the facilities. I think we're counting down about 17 minutes. Okay, it's 1:45. We made really good time. We are 1.1 miles from Key West officially, and I actually mapped us to the Hemingway Museum, which is really fun, very near on Duvall Street. We only ran into one slowdown, which is pretty common on this kind of road when there's one way in and out of the Keys. It looked like a boat had actually crashed up on the sidewalk, and then there were some power lines down, so I'm not sure exactly what caused that slowdown. It was probably about 20 minutes. So here we go into Key West. Yay! Yay. Everybody said Key West or bust.
Yeah.
They're all clapping. We made it! I just gotta do a close-up of the pedicure here in the pants. Those look like Key West pants.
I think so. Let's go.
just have to find some parking. Not easy in Key West, but that's okay for now. Look at all of these bungalows and conch houses. This small town has the highest number of houses on the National Register of Historic Places. There's over 1,000 of them. You look at the porches, look at the shutters, the fans, the colors. It's just an amazing drive all itself. That picture. We found a parking spot. Here's the thing. We're well into the 2 p.m. hour, and you kind of have to think about, are you going to have a late drive back or a very late drive back? Because it's 4 hours minimum, so you're going to get back, if you left at say 5, you're going to get back at 9-ish, 10-ish. So these are things to think about, but let's not worry about any of that right now. We're here to check out downtown Key West.
Do you need another hat? I think so. Original Panama straw hat. Okay, the family is going in to check out the clothing optional bar.
Look at this corner. I wonder if there's a reason there's a church, a beautiful church on this corner. This is one of the oldest in Florida, and John Fleming, one of the original owners of the island, is buried right here. The oldest house, supposedly.
Here's the oldest store.
The oldest store, supposedly. No need to keep those extra dollar bills. Put them in a bar or buy a cheap shirt. We've really got to head back. We've got to get going, but we haven't even seen the southernmost tip of the USA. We are heading out to the southernmost point of the United States. This is in the contiguous USA, I should say. We've got lunch behind us, so we're going to go try to figure out where to have lunch.
ship, the little icon.
It's hard to tear yourself away from Key West, and therein lies the challenge with doing it in a day. We're heading back, and with any luck and just a stop or two, we should be back hopefully in the 8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock.
A little recap of our day. We are now at the north part of Islamorada. Our navigation says that we will be back at 8:40. All up, I think you really have to be prepared for a very long day. This is going to turn out to be probably a 13-hour day with not a lot of stopping. Really no traffic issues to speak of. We had a couple of issues, but nothing too major. That's the round trip for Key West from the Doral or Miami area. So if you want to do the trip, it's like life. It's all about the journey. The next time it's been a really long and enjoyable day. I think we're getting to the end of our rope. Yeah, I'll do that. If you want to explore the Keys more, and there are 800 keys, I would highly recommend staying a few days along the way, or staying for a lifetime like some of the great writers did.
And now a quick word from our sponsor, Plant-Based Jam. That's me. I saw a sign in a beautiful place. It said, "Give plants a chance." My message is, please do check into whole food plant-based eating. Food is such a part of the adventure of life. Food is so important. It's what fuels us, and food can free us. The right food can free us from the chronic diseases that hold so many people down, and it's why I created this platform. I had to get this message out. We're at a time in history where we have more prescriptions, more pills, more procedures than ever before, yet more people struggle with chronic disease. 6 out of 10 people, and even more, are burdened with extra weight. Look into the mountain of evidence-based research. It's all been there. It's all been there for decades. You'll have to look past clickbait articles and modern media that are just concerned with views. And if you're wondering what to eat, well, that's my favorite subject. If you like what I'm doing, I would love it if you subscribed. Thanks so much for coming along on this greatest adventure we call life.